out there, considering that there's also a Hayabusa. The gold lane does need to be a bit more careful in terms of what they prioritize against an assassin jungler for Falcons. If it's not the Harith though, a Moskov
is banned.
Oh, right.
So with the Claude gone, I think you just go.
Oh, but
There's Grok. There's Grok. Sorry. Beatrix. Carry. Interesting.
Huh.
All right. So
thinking.
I mean, it does get a lot of space with all the data that Omega has, and you're sort of susceptible to the Hayabusa, but there's not a lot of clear reach unless this is just a Granger already for Super Marco.
True.
But then it is a Uranus and Grok on the other side, so I think this was more of a block pick as one of the best picks that you could give Marco in this scenario.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This was a Super Marco hero against a Lancelot and against a Uranus.
Exactly.
Sorry, against a Grok and Uranus. It's
Grok
really
and
strong.
Uranus, yeah. So I hope they don't go for the Moskov here. I want something that goes by a little faster. So even if they go Grok, they have nothing to supplement the Bruno, so...
yeah, they don't.
I keep saying Grok. I keep wanting to say Granger. So yeah, just go Granger Lapu or Granger Glue.
They're both letter G.
Just not Deroth or something.
Blue feels good because they need a really strong front line.
Arlo.
But it's Arlo. Wow. All right.
Yeah, it's a confident pick.
The spicy pick. I love it.
Yeah, okay, just expect he'll miss his first final slash, but he will land the rest.
Okay.
That's why I keep saying
You need
that.
a warm-up final slash.
It's clearly part of the plan now.
All right.
It's happened 4 times this season.
This is on the script. All right. So I love it.
All right, Haji though.
Kagura.
The Kagura is still there.
Yeah.
It'll be great here.
If you want more reach, no, Farsa's not gonna be good here. Just go, I'm okay with that.
Kagura feels
He's never used Selena this season too, I think.
Yeah.
So
Wave clear. If you want some, just go Kagura.
Kagura. I doubt there's Valentina. No, I mean, it should be.
Not a fan. There we go.
There's a cog. I love it. That's a very straightforward, fairly easy to predict draft for both sides.
Yeah.
And it feels like it runs into the strengths of each and every single player.
Yes. This is a very team fight oriented.
Rating stones completely always show it. With the Arlot, with the Kalea together, and the Jusin. Omega, though, has a chance of running away with it early with the Kagura, so as long as Falcons gets to mark Haji properly, then they should be okay. They have significantly better crowd control.
Alright, so let's throw it over to the Land of Dawn. Obsidia, we're not going to see you yet today.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Yes, we are in a very interesting matchup here where we're seeing very comfortable heroes on the side of Omega and very spicy heroes on the side of Falcons. I love it.
I'm wondering what the delay that the Grok does though.
Yeah. I'm also wondering whether or not Falcons will actually have something ready for the Uranus later on, because they're all ultimate skill-based burst.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't really have that. That's why the carry pickup is actually really good for Omega.
Yeah.
If they layer it well, that Uranus is not going to be able to just walk out.
Yeah, this
most
is
of the time.
Or wait, Mike Swing, Kyle TZ very low. I also feel like in these kinds of situations where you don't have as much dependable damage to deal with certain heroes, you're forced to alter your items so much. Like even for jungler Hayabusas, I think yesterday there was an instance where the Sea Halberd had to be a priority just to counter the lineup with a focus.
Oh my goodness.
Now I wonder what the plan is going to be for Falcons.
Yeah, so look at James just pretty much holding the crab hostage, but at the same time he's holding Flap TC hostage, because there's not much you can do in that regard. You're just, the Arla's gonna look at the Uranus like, I know you can get stacks from the crab, and I know there's nothing I can do right now.
Okay.
Not really much that you could do. But look at Super Yoshi.
Yeah, the Ramparts have been very on point so far. Not just in delaying, but in also disrupting the movements that Falcons wanted to do. But so far, at least, they haven't been interrupted as much.
Yes.
Like, Kyle TZ seems to be okay.
Yeah, one thing I also wanted to point out, James, this is actually a debut pick for the Uranus this season, so Despite all the Uranus games that
Huh.
we've seen in Season 16, this is the first time he
Really?
played it because he's really just more of the type
Yeah.
to play either Lapu, Esme, Arlot, even the Glue.
Yeah, he's literally the ultimate fighter,
Yeah.
like you mentioned. I don't know who gave that
Yeah.
nickname.
MDL.
MDL did.
MDL, right?
Uranus doesn't fight, he floats.
Floats.
He's just there
Float
to
like
be
a
annoying.
butterfly, sting like a bee.
Exactly.
Where did that come from?
That's an old saying.
From Rocky.
Oh, yeah, it's from Rocky. Wait, no, wasn't it from Muhammad Ali?
I think Muhammad Ali got it from Rocky, but look at that!
Oh, why was he there? First blood going into the hands of Super Marco. An unfortunate pickup.
Oh, see, I
but
told you.
Kyle Teasy, he won't get away from this either. Haji takes the kill, and they secure the objective too.
I love that. I told you so by Redmore.
Follow the script, you missed the first final slash. But to be fair for Flapteasy, he actually tried to get the turtle with it. So just increase their chance that maybe miraculously he'll be able to steal it away because Kyle Teasy was zoned out.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why Netsky was taken out there, but few might get taken out of the mid. Nope, he gets a flicker out. So Netsky, usually we see gold laners now leading up to the first turtle will actually leave lane.
Yeah.
So I think this was premeditated by Falcons. Instead of 4 of them going to the turtle, they actually just waited for Netsky to rotate closer to mid, picked him off there, and that was actually the trade. Falcons got the kill onto Netsky while Omega gets the turtle. In this stage of the game, considering that you're playing around your Granger, who you want to get out of lane faster and build the lead, over the carry quicker, then Falcons wins the trade in that regard.
Actually, the goal does show that as well. If you notice right after that Lord,
Yeah.
all the macro happening, it's Falcons ahead by a few hundred.
So they might have been okay, even with them having to let go of Kyle Teasy. It was a bit sad to see that, considering that it could have been a clear win for Falcons, especially if they were just able to take the kill onto Netsky. But now it's a bit different. There's a still slight gold lead in favor of Falcons, though. So now we'll see how they get to bounce back from this. Does Flapteasy not miss the next final slash?
Oh, we're gonna have to put a timer or a counter here for that stat. But yes, it's going to be very crucial later. But of course, there are very tanky heroes on the side of Omega here. You're going to have to wonder, when is he going to pull the trigger? And when he does, is it going to result into kills?
Oh yeah.
So EXP laner Flap rotates mid. They want to build advantage. Trading the bottom of the map as the Uranus is going to cut the minion wave, which allows it to push. The shields are still up. Advantage for Falcons for turtle number 2.
All right. They already positioned themselves here. Super Yoshi has the information though, and James is
Ryzen's
already on
close.
the way. But then Super Yoshi going in doesn't land the tech charge. Kyle Teasy really takes the turtle, and now he might be the sacrifice. There's a kill going into the hands of Ogwen. Yin Yang overturned though, also used Netsky, trying to take more, but now Omega will run away.
Yeah, roamer for roamer trade. While Falcons gets the turtle, they'll be able to get a bit of control of the center of the map with a bit more damage done in the center turret. Quick rotation downside by Kyle Teasy. Marco returns to this lane up top, and they're going to get the Hayabusa to not only get the crab at the bottom portion of the map, but able to push out that waves. I think that's going to be the trade for Omega, as Falcons are just going to push out down bottom.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent trade. And again, the gold is just not giving any big difference. There's that final slash. It will hit. Will be kind of a mini purified out of it.
Yeah.
So it still hits though. It still counts.
Conceal and may fight down bottom, while good rotation by Falcon top side. They're not going to be able to break down the tower at the bottom lane. However, that is significant progress and a good lead macro-wise for Falcons.
Yeah, look at Flap already joining everyone. I mean, he was able to deal with the waves already. They might have to go back down bottom in a few, but it does seem that Falcons are trying to address this entire problem, and they really, despite not being a utility jungler, trying to be a bit more coordinated and work together.
Yeah, one of the ways they're trying to do that, obviously, is to put more gold in the pocket of Kyle Teasy, which will definitely kind of offset their lack of a utility jungler, like, you know, they mentioned in the How.
So, good hold right now in the river by Omega, that if anyone in the Falcons decides to push, that's why you see few wirely checking, while Flap spotted by Ryzen. Put the back off. And yeah, no clear advantage setup leading up to the next turtle. Both roamers with their gold laners, they're extending the laning phase a little bit more, but with expanding rivers up, I think we're going to see a full-on 5v5.
Yeah.
Or Super Marcos is going to be stuck in mid, clearing and putting pressure there.
Yeah, they're still holding on to this brush. Oh, Super Yoshi, tech charge to get away? Question mark. it does feel like Smart Omega have sensed that Falcons might just want to anticipate Netsuki again, so they won't let that happen once more. But the fight's still going on. Haji trying to dodge. There's the Tsunami Slam used onto Ryzen, but he gets to dodge everything. Phantom Execution used as well, and Kyle TZ now secures the turtle. Will they still go in for the fight? It seems like they still want to, but without the resources left, Omega will not fight.
Yeah, I really love what happened there with Falcons. The moment they saw that the tech charge was up, they said, you know what? It's game time, boys. Let's do it. We got advantage, and they got that turn.
Let's heal. Oh!
Oh, there you go. There's a final slash landing onto 2, and it handed over another kill to Super Marco.
Sheesh.
It's like See?
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 There you go.
Miss the first and you keep landing the next, and now you can make a claim for him to be MVP of the game. But I really gotta commend what Ogwen and Kaltizi have been doing. Every time they see Ryzen, they just give it to him.
Yeah.
I love how deep Flap TZ is here. That confidence really is still very high.
Oh, does he have the Vengeance? Doesn't have to use it?
Right.
But these are 2 tanky members going for the chase. Tech charge landing onto 2, but the Yin Yang overturn. It was avoided by everyone. Now Super Yoshi in danger. Few takes the kill. James has to run away. Haji can do very little to support him here. And Falcons, now they have a 3K gold lead.
Yeah, they've got a decent backline as well. Look at that. Open step off front. Flap TZ from the back.
Oh, the
Still
damage.
has that slash. It hits, but it's not the target he was looking for.
Yeah. I don't know if that was still the right target. Netsuki was one more
But that's still a gold laner. that's true.
proc away from being lifted up by the Juice in. So you're really starting to see the difference of what the Arlot and the Uranus can bring to the table with significantly more crowd control and just consistent damage, which is why you're really starting to see Arlot climb up the ranks in a meta that sees a lot more EXP laners such as Esmeralda and Uranus show up. Then the damage and control brought out by an Arlot, he's just a really solid pick that you can go for. He's like old dependable. Yes, you have the Lapu Lapu there, but if you look at the Arlot, the fact that his final slash gets back really quickly, there's a huge surprise factor, the fact that Vengeance makes him a slippery target.
Yeah.
Now Flap TZ is playing this game really well for Falcons.
Yeah, and things are working so well too, considering that Super Marco, I think, is already by almost 2K gold ahead of Netsuki. Also has the Malefic Roar. So you could imagine how James is struggling to handle all the damage at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at, especially considering what James is doing and comparing to what Flap TZ is doing here, you can really tell the big difference and struggling. James is basically chasing him down.
Yeah.
Super Yoshi trying to block everyone. Few goes in from behind though. Will they be able to secure this? Lord Haji gets the final hit. Ryzen is the first to fall in this fight. Super Marco finds the kill. James now trying to tank the damage. Few gets traded though. Haji finds him, but will they still proceed with this? Super Marco has already walked away.
I think they're getting forced to proceed with this right now. Tempo is still brewing. Mid lane is the attack for Falcons.
Oh, 2-man final slash, but the damage might not be enough. Kyle TZ enters from behind though. The Yogi Shadow kill gets split. Netsuki trying to find a kill. James going in. Another Rampart and tech charge. Ogwen gets knocked up and Netsuki just going in with free hits. James doing so much to zone everyone. He's trying to be a nuisance, but can everyone catch up? Tsunami Slam committed onto him, and the Yin Yang overturn finds Ogwen there.
All right, that might not be the charge, the Tsunami Slam you want. Oh my goodness. Could have been really big there.
Yeah, not gonna connect, but now you're seeing the problem going up against the Uranus with this kind of lineup for Falcons. They don't have the sustained basic attack damage to be able to bring him down. They deal damage in bursts, and that's exactly what Uranus is built for against those specific lineups. Yes, Falcons took control of majority of the game, but with Haji miraculously getting that lore, this is not bad.
And there we go and find another final slash James. He was in such a tight spot under the turret, getting a couple turret shots. Ogi Shadow killing all the free hits too, but that's the most they could do at this point for now.
All right, Falcons needs to man-mark Haji significantly more here. You saw in that last objective team fight, it was actually the assignment of Few. Unfortunately, because of the rest of Omega being able to hold the front line, no one could back Few up when he was going 2v1 against Haji and Netsuki. Falcons really needed to win that objective, and now they just need to find a win elsewhere here. They still have a slight lead though. Whoa!
What a flicker from Super Yoshi, and the Yin Yang overturns a shutdown for Super Marco, and Ryzen just keeps finding the targets. Netsuki to supplying enough damage. 3-man down for Falcons.
Yoshi used the flicker mighty swing. That's sort of like another flicker final slash if you're a Grog. That was a great play by Super Yoshi.
And that was just like a small, like one step. He flickered one step, basically took everyone by surprise with that.
Yeah, and it was such the perfect placement of the Rampart too. In front of everyone who were just trying to push that mid lane tier 1, and to this point, Falcons are yet to take it down.
Yeah, and you see how and why Omega's putting a lot of importance into making sure that they hold this middle tower. That allows them to pull off plays like that. That gives them the space. Again, look at that. Rampart,
Oh my
flicker,
God.
mighty swing.
So fast.
He knew he had it ready for him. So it was like another ultimate that he had in his hand. It's a much smaller range, close ranged final slash for a Grok. And then he capped it off with a tech charge to the face.
And, you know, logically, it should hurt more because he's carrying a really big rock.
Yeah, we gotta work the numbers out on that, you know.
So,
He's technically holding a piece of a castle.
there you go. So that should have some magical properties, maybe.
So in a way, you're not safe even without the tech charge.
Absolutely. So wow, beautiful mechanics being shown here by Super Yoshi, and the layering that we're talking about really kicking in.
Yep. So it seems like they have just shown us how they're able to deal with the problem of crowd control by themselves too. They have not just one source, they have a couple more up their sleeve.
Yeah.
But Super Marco gets seen clearing that wave up top.
And you know what? For Falcons, it doesn't help that Grok is also crowd control immune. Haji can kind of just purify out of it.
Yes.
So it's really an uphill battle here for Falcons.
Oh, significantly so, because they've already lost their window. After they lost the first Lord, it's now Omega timers. It's their time to take control of this game.
Ruh-roh.
And everything that we talked about with the lineup that Omega brought to the table against Falcons, all those problems are gone now. They can just brute force, throw damage, throw James in front, and now you stick to the age-old adage of go with James and just make sure you protect Netsky.
I want to
Yeah.
see that. I want to see James being thrown to Falcons right now. Let's do it.
I mean, he's already a level ahead of Flap too. Surprisingly, things have taken quite a turn for Smart Omega in this game. But Flap TZ seems to be waiting for the perfect timing. He might plan another flicker final slash, but the counter engage is what scares me.
That's true. It's going to be very difficult to find that opening still. Omega is respecting this so much.
Oh no. Super Marco having to deal with the waves up top. Rampart's already there,
Few.
using only the mighty swing, forced the flicker out of Ogwen. They have no idea where Few is currently though.
Yeah.
The conceal's already in for Ogwen, gets revealed immediately, but the waves too are such a huge problem.
Yeah, they're sending Super Marco to be the one managing it. Since you have your mid laner looking for flank angles, you're leaving your gold laner to be left to clear minion waves. And Omega is using that knowledge. Every time they see Super Marco, they readjust their position just a little bit more. Gonna be a long Lord dance, this one. And considering that it's a Uranus on the side of Omega, it's a losing one for Falcons. They need to find a way.
Oh,
There it
what?
is.
Tsunami slap committed onto Super Yoshi. Was that the right target? Lantern flare and all
Oh,
of those
Flap!
bullets being thrown out. Flap finds some targets. Netsky forced to use the wind of nature, and Super Marco shuts him down. James still trying to be a nuisance. Ogwen covering up for Super Marco while Few tries to deal with the remaining members of Smart Omega. Rampart already placed, but the yin-yang overturn won't be enough to take down Few, surprisingly. And now they're able to push out Omega of the Lord Pit.
Yeah, gold lane for XP is a really good trade for Falcons here. They're going to be able to hold off the Omega attack on the Lord, but with the expanding river, they should be able to get back in position very soon.
Yeah, and with a huge problem of the minion waves of Omega being a consistent threat for Falcons that they need to deal with, even though they got the kill there onto Netsky, okay, the problem is they don't have the right damage profile to deal with James that can just... We saw it. He just throws himself in front of Super Marco and then their teamfight gets wrecked. He's 5-1-2. Yes, he got the kill onto Netsky. Yes. But then, as long as the Uranus stands, Falcons can't fight properly. They're consistently going to be split up.
Yeah.
So you were talking about earlier, the ultimate-based abilities here of Falcons just not doing that work against James right now.
Yeah. Oh, Ogwen once again looks for Super Yoshi, and James just tries to go in. Oh, Shadow kill. Ryzen very low. Haji too. They'll have to move away for a bit, but James, there's still no
Ladder.
direct answer. And Super Yoshi
Kyle.
surprising everyone. The Super Marco gets the flicker out though. Doesn't avoid the Phantom execution. James finds him, and a double kill on Few.
However, Kyle TZ got the Lord. Omega decided to go for the kills and they went for the fight. But Kyle TZ was safe. He was literally just standing there right beside Ryzen and was able to win the retry battle. But Omega had their eyes set on pushing the advantage here. They can't just quickly burn this Lord.
Oh, Ryzen using the Phantom Execution Rampart.
Oh,
The knockback. Flap TZ trying to look for him, but he gets bursted by Netsky. And now they have direct access to the base. Might not even